CW is doing something super nostalgic. It's called TV We Love, and it's 8 episodes that share stories and insights from the cast and crews of frankly unforgettable shows. We are joined right now by an angel. Literally, it is Roma Downey, who played Monica the Angel, a heart of gold like you wouldn't believe, for 9 seasons, a long time of Touched by an Angel, and we're happy to have her. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on.
Well, let's talk about the audition process. I was a little bit ago now, but what do you remember heading into it? And how did you know at some point, this is a life-changing role?
Well, I was just an actress looking for a job that year. I was so grateful to get the audition to go in. They were looking for an American angel. And, as you know, I'm Irish born and raised. And so somewhere in the audition process, they asked me to try out my Irish accent. And I did, and it worked so well for the role that we decided to keep it. So I was very grateful for that. Um, as you know, the show started off, we were on Wednesdays, then we were on Saturdays. When they finally put us on CBS on Sunday nights, it was just the sweet spot for a show like this. And the audience started to grow and grow and grow till we had about 26, 27 million people tuned in each week. And at that point, of course, we knew we had a smash hit on our hands.
Absolutely. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that in just a moment. I do want to say, if I can brag on you for a second, it's such a twinkly voice that you have. It's so warm. I'm not surprised they said, go ahead and run with your Irish accent, girl. You sound so wonderful.
I know, but I'd had to disguise it up until that point in my career. It's not every role that calls for it. So I felt kind of liberated and really happy that I was able to use it.
And able to be a little bit more in touch maybe than with your character, a little bit more of you going into Monica.
Well,
So
playing her, I think, made me a little bit kinder, a little bit a better listener, a better friend. She was such a great character. She was just the kindest, had such goodness, had so much compassion. And of course, my friendship on screen and off screen with the incredible Della Reese really added to the authenticity. And I think that's why people love the show so much.
I was going to say Della Reese, a powerhouse in so many ways, a triple threat. Tell me a little bit more about Della Reese, in front of the camera, behind the camera, y'all's bonding
When I
together.
first met her, I went into the trailer. She was getting her hair and makeup done. I had not met her before, so I met her on the Touched by an Angel set. And I went in and I politely put my hand out to shake her hand. And she said, she pushed my hand gently away and she said, I don't shake hands. And she took me in her arms,
Oh.
biggest, warmest embrace. And she said, baby, I'm a hugger. And there was no safer place in the world than in the arms of Della Reese. She was just everything you imagine and then some. She was an incredible woman of faith. She was just a big lover of people. She was a powerhouse, and she could sing, and she was funny, and she was feisty. I mean, I loved that woman. I loved her with all my heart.
What I'm hearing is that everything was just as wonderful behind the scenes as it was in front of the camera. Of course, you had a lot of guest stars, some very famous guest stars, especially as you guys continue to grow. I want to ask about any that maybe left a lasting impression on you.
Yes, we did. We had so many musical stars. We had Winona Judd, Celine Dion, Justin Timberlake. And then we had unusual stars like Muhammad Ali came on and played a guest angel. The great Maya Angelou came on. We had Rosa Parks. We had Carol Burnett, Rita Moreno. I mean, it was just an amazing time. I got to work with extraordinary talent. And then my other guest stars, John Dye and Valerie Bertinelli, we made up a really lovely group of people. And it takes a village to make a show. And it was so nice when we made this special for CW that we got to be reminded of all those incredible behind the scenes stories and all the love that was part of the experience of making Touched by an Angel.
Oh, yeah. Nothing like going through the pictures and the videos and talking about kind of what it was like
So
to
I
make you
do have
feel
to
good.
say, it was hard to see myself on the screen 30 years ago. It's like, oh my goodness. And
Well,
now
you've
I'm a
done nothing but
grandma.
become more beautiful over time.
You're very kind. Well, I can tell you that blondes do have more fun.
Okay, good to know. All right, I want to ask about when you realized this show had become a cultural phenomenon because Touched by an Angel, I was young, yes, but I knew the name. I knew everybody was watching it, as you said, when you got to Sunday nights. So tell me a little bit about that.
Even to this day, I still run into people who, what they remember is who they were watching with. They say, oh, I watched with my grandmother, or I sat down with my mom or my siblings. We sat on the couch, we gathered around the TV together, and it was a meaningful family experience. And I think the show always dealt with pertinent social issues, things that were at the heart of each family. If there was loss or bereavement or addiction, or they could really try to tackle important issues and come up with solutions that would be helpful to people. So it was back in the day when there was real water cooler conversations and conversations in church and so on. I think it was a show that really tried to make a difference, and it encouraged people to be kind to each other.
You're going to send me on a deep dive as to where I can get a hold of some episodes. Okay, if Monica could speak to us, I feel like she's not very far from the Roma we know, but if Monica could speak to the viewers of today, what do you think she would say?
Well, I would say, here we are. December has rolled around again, and it brings to us the holidays. And, while that's joyful for most of us, there are still a lot of lonely people out there feeling isolated. So I would say, Monica would say, don't just tune in and watch Touched by an Angel, but be an angel and do something nice for somebody else this holiday season.
Warms my heart a little bit. Roma, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you. And y'all, TV We Love is a new multi-part docuseries airing on Mondays right here on CW Austin. Be sure to catch it tonight, the Touched by an Angel episode starting at 8 p.m.